Connect. Multi-stream. Twitch and YouTube. Ah, there we go. Now, it's the first time we're live on Instagram for a while. Let me check how this sounds like. I should be live on Instagram now. And I just want to check how it looks like. We can get rid of this. Whoops. Or you should be able to see on my Instagram if it's... Oh, is it live? Okay. What do you hear? Do you hear music? Do you hear me talking? Okay, cool. That works. But I don't see it myself. Okay, I guess we're here. Nice. And then, what the fuck are you doing here? Good to see you, man. Hi. Yes, good to see you too, Kilo Loco. I know, it's been a while. But, yeah, I just wanted to try and see if we can get some work done today. More specifically, let's see. Oh, what do I want to do? Oh yeah, so I bought a new website and I wanted to see how fast I can get this one just up and running for a static website that offers this app for download. Probably because it's so small, right? Can I see?
It's hard to see your screen.
Oh, because of the chat?
Yeah, hard to see your screen.
I'll have to move. Okay, I see it. I have to move my stuff up then.
Otherwise, nobody can see your screen.
Okay, let me see if I can move it right now. Let's see. Can I? Yeah, I can edit it. I can move my display. Oh, I'll hang out with you, bro. I'm vibe coding anyway. Kilo, hey, that sounds awesome. I'll do the same thing. Are you using Codex? Hey, Martin, I've been following you for a few years now. I'm about to graduate from university. Greeting from Mexico. Mikey, greetings back, and good to hear you are graduating, and thanks for following for so long. Let me just try to fix it really quick so you guys can see the screen. That chat can go fishing for Instagram. Okay, that's better. And then I'll move myself a little bit down. Like this. This should help. And then we move this one down a little bit too. Like that. Okay, cool. Thank you. This should be much better now, I think. Should be updating in a moment.
I think your head can be a little bit lower. Oh yeah, like this.
Like this? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Lock it back in. Kill Loco. AJ, hey! I've been hearing a lot about Codex. I'm still on Claude Code. I heard that. I haven't tried Claude for iOS development. Mikey, you truly inspired me to start in development. Now I work in cybersecurity and develop websites in Shopify. Mikey, honestly, you did all the work. But I'm glad you got inspired. And cybersecurity was always something I was super interested in. And I think it might be something that might be even very, very useful despite AI because of everybody now being able to just penetrate people. How are you? I hope you all is well. Yeah, AJ, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I hope everything is well with you as well. I'm trying to get coordinated here right now. Okay, let me see how that looks like. Okay, I think this is cool. We got something going on. I wanted to show you what I'm working on right now. So this is an entire app. You see all the code here and the architecture and structure. That entire app is vibe coded. So I used Codex for that. Sure, I directed Codex here and there and I made it make improvements, but what is this app? If I launch it, here, it's a markdown reader, and the reason why I need that is because you see it even has code highlighting for any language really, Swift here in this case. But the reason I need this is because what I do with Codex is if I want to implement a feature, like right now I have terminal integration game plan, I'm asking Codex to create a game plan markdown file before it executes code, because I don't want it just to do stuff and I have to go fix it or make it change stuff and load the context. I always say, hey, please create a game plan to implement this specific feature and do it exhaustively based on facts and truth, and make it like a very detailed step-by-step technical guide on how to implement that feature. Then I can review what it thinks it should do to implement that feature, and then I can see, okay, it wants to do this, it wants to do that, and then I can say, hey, how about we don't do number 4, you know, or how about we do it differently, because it's not smart enough, you know. It wants to use what you host via NSView representable, and then I'm thinking like, okay, do we need NSView? We are in Swift UI land. Is that necessary? Yes, we are a macOS application, but then I can say, hey, you know, I see that you're planning to do that. Is that really necessary? Is there a different way? And then I can just adjust the game plan. And once I like the game plan, I can just go, hey, execute the game plan. And then it executes it. But I want something to view the game plan, read it, right? Because I know how to code and I want to guide it and correct it before it executes it. And so that's what this app is for, to read the game plan live. So I can view this as Codex is working on it. So for now, I want to implement for this application a terminal down here. The last thing I implemented was the settings view here, and I want to implement a split view down below that integrates a terminal. So can you, for example, read the terminal integration game plan and make sure it is super minimalistic in its approach, and that we for now use a split view to introduce that terminal underneath the detail view. Make sure your approach is based in truth and facts and thorough. Perhaps gives code block examples. So now it's working on that, right? And it's gonna work on this file, and I can just go and see what it does. It's gonna say, okay, I'm gonna read that stuff, and it's gonna make changes. And I can see if I like those changes. So right now my goal is to integrate a terminal. And why is that? Because I always hop back and forth between my terminal and this file. I want to rather just stay in this application and create that game plan from within here with Codex. And then once I like it, again, I can say go execute it, you know? And that's basically going to be my my code editor, if you want. Because right now I'm working on read markdown, the app. See, it made changes here. it just live updates, which I love because it's like monitoring the file. This application is monitoring the file on the in the directory read markdown. So it says, okay, it wants to create a vertical split view between the detail content view and the terminal container view. That sounds about right to me. You know, where do I use the container, the detail view? Detail content view. Detail, where is it? So we have the app model. We have the content view. And here somewhere we have the content view, which is the markdown viewer. Okay. So then back here I can say, hey, you say detail content view, but can you, for example, I don't like this, right? This is not what I have in code. And then now I can say in your game plan, you say, and then I can just copy the whole thing. You say this, but if you read the entire code base, you will realize that there's no detail content view, and we have but inside content, what is it? Content view.swift. You will find ... where the content view property or variable is the markdown view that I want to have in the upper half of the split view while the terminal is at the bottom half. You get the gist, right? So I'm correcting the game plan so it's more precise, so that once I say go execute it, it doesn't make mistakes, right? So then, because Codex is going to make some mistakes here and there, but I don't want to keep correcting it what could be avoidable. So here it says content view and this one. Now it's correct. And then place the detail content and the terminal in a split view inside the navigation split view detail. In this code base, content view is markdown view viewer view. Is that true, or did I call it like that? Markdown viewer view. Okay, great. So that looks great. And then the terminal session should be created once per view cycle or once per directory selection. Why or? The terminal's working directory. I know you could probably not read it well, but I'm going to read this for you. The terminal's working directory should be set to the selected directory when the selection changes. Yes. Well, I guess so. You could, yeah, that makes sense. Restart the session or send a cd command to shell. How about we, once we change it, we restart the session. Okay. How about for when changing the directory, we restart the terminal session? Thoughts? And then answer in chat. Sometimes I like it to answer in chat instead. And then once I like the answer, I say, okay, update the game plan accordingly. Restarting the terminal session on directory change is the most deterministic approach. It guarantees the, okay. Sounds good. Update game plan accordingly. So that's it. So now we're not saying or. So what, you know, when I say execute it, I don't know what it's going to do. One or the other, right? So now it's going to definitely restart the session. There we go. Update it. When the selection changes, restart the session. This is the chosen approach because it is deterministic and avoids shell state carryover. Swift term supports opening a PTY with a working directory. Great. The terminal working directory should be set to the selected one. Great. Resize and input. Terminal emulators must be informed when the view size changes so it can adjust columns, rows. The Swift term view can observe size changes and notify its session Okay, SwiftUI state model. All right, provide, okay. All right, make sure the game plan follows the SwiftUI coding guideline when it comes to project architecture. Why am I saying that? Because I have a, if we go to my, oh, I guess you cannot see it because it's a skill. So we can go here. Project, is it in projects? No, it's actually in my directory here. If I go to codecs and then into skill, then you will see I have SwiftUI coding guideline, and then the skill will describe how I like SwiftUI to be implemented and what project structure I like, so that whenever codecs does something, it will follow that approach. So look at this. Now it updated that. It says, oh, service should be in terminal session service, view should be terminal container view, and it all should be in terminal, like read markdown is the project, and then it should have, this one is the project, and then it should have next to directory and markdown and settings and shared, it should have a terminal folder. And then we structure everything in there and then the view model. So I like that. Teach me, senpai. Hey, Baka. Okay, yeah, Baka, I'm doing exact the thing that I told you. I'm creating this game plan before I make it executed, and I built this app with codecs to view the game plan. Remember how I told you to copy and paste the markdown file into the browser and then view it from there? That was just too much work for me. Now I can just view the game plan as it's being created on, like, locally offline, because this app does it now, and I built this app, and this is the code for the app. So I'm using codecs to build the app that allows me to view the game plan that codecs creates, and then I can improve it. And then I can give it to you too. But okay, and here you sound like Wendy. Wendy, Augie just said you are so handsome. Augie just said you are so handsome. And I'm like, are you telling Augie something in the background? Because that's usually what you say. He just joined the Instagram live stream. AJ, you use Claude API to do these explanations? No, codecs. Claude is a different LLM, and codecs is from OpenAI, and codecs is so far better for iOS and Swift and macOS development. So yes, I'm using it to. So for example, if you want to build a small app, right? Like a to-do app, then you can say, hey codecs, create a game plan on how to create a to-do app, and be thorough and be detailed and be exhaustive and make a technical step-by-step guide how to implement it. And then you have the markdown file on how to implement it. Then you can make some tweaks, and then that's the blueprint to then, let's say, for example, you can say you can kill the session with codecs, start a new one so it doesn't even remember what you were talking about before, and all you can say is, hey codecs, I have this game plan, go implement that for me. So it will think like, oh, thank you for the game plan, I understand what you asked me of, and it has a detailed step-by-step guide on how to do it, so it makes less mistakes and does exactly what you want it to do. Okay, let me see. You know what? I can ask now, is the game plan super minimal viable? Answer in chat. I sometimes say answer in chat because if I would just ask questions, sometimes codecs just goes and does things, and I don't want that. So yes, it's minimal in scope, single features, split view only, restarts and directory change, and aligned with the existing architecture without adding extra layers beyond a service and a view model. Okay, cool. So if I like what I see here, step-by-step minimal, yep, add Swift term, okay. Let me ask about this one because this looks like I'm doing that. Question to Is that something you need me to do or something you can do yourself? Answer in chat. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to add the package myself. I want itself to add the package. Codex is great. Baka, OpenAI just tweeted that they have a big announcement for Codex coming soon regarding iOS development. So I'm pretty curious if they're going to improve it even more. I can't add the Swift Package Manager dependency for you from here, so you'll need to. Is there any approach to add the package via command line? Because I know it did it before. Instead, it did the package addition for me for Swift Markdown and Splash and all that stuff. Not really, at least not officially and reliably. What? Adding an SPM dependency is still best done in Xcode CI. You can hack it by editing or using third-party tools, but it's brittle. I remember you adding Swift Markdown UI as a dependency. Please research how to do it yourself. I got you, thank you, Baka. Why are you up, Baka? It's pretty late. I feel like you went out partying and you stayed up all night. Are you with Özner right now? You can give your greetings from me. That's how Markdown UI is wired. It's doable but brittle because you must add a new Xcode remote Swift package reference and a build file entry, then attached to products to the app's target framework build phase. If you want me to proceed, say the Swift term report do all. Okay, so regarding, can you research the necessary info yourself? Answer in chat. I really don't want this step to be doing myself. And then once it learns how to do it, here's what then I can actually put the learning, because Codex right now tries to say I cannot do it, right? And I know it can. So I want Codex to find out how to do it. And then once it finds out how to do it, I want to put the learnings into a markdown file, like how to do it step by step. And then I'm gonna save this markdown file as a skill, maybe, adding Swift package dependencies as a skill. So in the future, if I ask it to do it, I don't have to make it learn it. It just already knows. Yes, I just verified it. Swift term repo URL is that. I can now add the dependency directly if you want me to. Please update the game plan to reflect how you would add it instead of the step. So now it learned how to add it, and I'm going to say like, hey, replace this step. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It has a game plan, it works, but there's sections I don't like. So I'm going to make it optimize it. So here, add Swift term by editing the Xcode project. Now it says step by step how to do it. And then I can just continue reading it. And if I like the result of it, after I say, hey, go execute it, and I like that it worked, that it added the dependency by itself and it's available for use, once I can verify what it did works, because I don't know myself if this is going to work, I'm just going to assume he's right. So once I can verify it works, then I can say, okay, you know what? Can you put this learning into a new markdown file and call it skill, and then put it into your Claude thing. And then, in the future, it will know how. Updated step 1 to describe adding Swift term. Okay, cool. So what else? Create a terminal session service. Create a service. Okay, that's now implementation details. UI wrapper for Swift term because it is an SView representable. Okay. This wrapper is the bridge between Swift UI and AppKit. Location, I like that. Build the container view, minimal UI. house top bottom navigation bar. Oh, do we need that? Terminal right toggle button for SwiftUI toggle using a custom label. So here, see, create a terminal container and then right toggle button for Swift or SwiftUI toggle. So why do we need that? Why do we need the toggle? So here, for step 4, why do we need a toggle? Because minimal viable project just means I want a split view. I want the markdown file view on top and the terminal at the bottom and just be able to like resize it. But I don't want any additional features right now of toggling it to open and close it and navigation bar to say like terminal. I don't want that. Why? Because it gives Codex surface to make mistakes and make it not work. I want it to work first, and then I can commit and push and say, hey, it works, and then I can optimize from there. I want it to do as little as possible to get it to work. So you are building a SaaS around it, AJ. Basically, so yes, here, let me show, this is pretty smart. Yeah, good question. Here, look, I was using a live, what is it? Markdown live preview, Markdown live preview. You see that? You can copy and paste your Markdown file in here. Let name equals like this, right? I don't know if it supports Swift over here, but you can read your Markdown file like this. And I was doing that, copy and pasting to read it here. And then I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to implement my own application. But if I implement the application, why not buy a domain, readmarkdown.com? Luckily, that was not taken, readmarkdown.com, and then offer not only a Markdown viewer online like this, exactly the same thing. I'm going to put this on this website and own it. But in addition, I'm going to have the offline application for, I don't know, for $5 or $10 available for people who want to be private, who don't want to share their Markdown file online, right? And then I can just sell it like this. Hey, download the offline first Markdown viewer for privacy reasons or whatever, if you're worried about sharing your Markdown plan online, you know, because Markdown files could have some sensitive information depending on if you are in a company doing this kind of stuff, and sharing this online would be like it feels just a little bit insecure. So yeah, and then I could just do that, and yeah, I got a new business. Baka, you can do that too. So here, yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna offer this for $10, and then I have another business, and then I'm gonna move on to my apps, and do that. So let's see really quick here. What does Codex say? Oh yeah, why do we need a toggle and a navigation bar? That's not really needed to make the terminal work, and is not really MVP. Can we remove those requirements? True, you are an inspiration to me as well. Thanks AJ, and thanks Baka. Baka, I really, I know you are probably super busy and super happy too, which I thought about that. You know, you spend probably so much time with Özno right now that there is hardly time to do anything else like coding a project, like a game. But it would be exciting to see you put something together. Okay, remove the toggle navigation bar requirements from step 4. So can you double check the entire, so remove the step 4 now, right? So once it did that, build the container view. Now the toggle is not part of the game plan anymore. See, stuff like that. It would have just done that and made maybe some mistakes, and then would have asked me to add the package dependency, which I don't like. So yeah, we're optimizing the game plan. Like planning is the biggest step in making Codex work well for you. And so I'm just reducing the stuff. Can you double check? And then I'm saying, can you double check the entire game plan? So to make sure we are consistent, and don't have any references to things we removed. I'm going to be generic because by things we removed, I'm not specific to the navigation bar, but just anything in case there's stuff I oversaw, which is good. Look, see, what is this? Is terminal open toggle? Why is that? Show height minimal. This is what I mean. It didn't remove step 7 because it just listens it's like it needs to be micromanaged. Let's see if it's going to remove that, because that's referencing the terminal toggle feature. Step 7. And I didn't say remove anything related to navigation bar and toggle. In step 7, which is still valid for show height behavior, the only remaining toggle mention is okay, see, it does that. And why do we need that? Right? Why do we need that? You don't need a toggle for MVP. The terminal can be simply always open, fixed height, or controlled by some external state. Without a UI toggle, I can remove the toggle. Yep, if it is not needed for MVP, remove it. Apply that to everything. Oh, that's actually a little bit dangerous. I don't know if it wants to remove everything. Okay, let's do that. So step 7 can go. Step 8, handle resize. Keep the terminal. Okay. Why are you saying for MVP, keep the terminal always visible with a fixed height, no toggle or animations required? I guess that's fine. Handle resizes. So this is the new dev cycle, thinking, prompting, and using agentic AI for our tasks. Pretty much. It's pretty much the new dev cycle. It's a little bit sad because I'm not coding as much, but at the same time, you can build so much faster. This application would have taken me weeks to get to the state where it is right now, with the markdown code highlighting, because the code highlighting is a different package unrelated to the markdown viewer. And then, you know, macOS, whatever, like all these split views and live monitoring of the files and whatnot would have taken me much longer. And I did this in 2 days in a couple of hours each day. Root the toggle and set always. Okay, that's great. So number 8, resize to with the new size. This keeps the prompt stable and avoids. Let me see. Step 8. Do we need resizing? Is that consistent with 7? See, it's inconsistent. It says like fixed height, and then we have resizing. Yes, resizing is still needed even with a fixed terminal height. The window can be resized and can change pane sizes. So the needs update roles, whatever. It's consistent with step 7. If you want to drop it for MVP, expect rendering issues on resize. Okay, well then, we're keeping it. SwiftTurn provides a configuration for fonts and colors for best readability. Use a monospace font aligned to your app's design. Set background text colors consistent with the app theme. I guess. So let's see. I'm gonna ask it to execute it in a moment, and then we can see what it does. Let me just check the comments really quick here. AJ, so you're building a SaaS around it. Oh wait, I get the comments. Oh, you're no WishKit today? Hey Ben, right now, first of all, welcome to the stream. Right now, I'm building a Markdown viewer for the game plan that Codex is creating to build stuff in Swift for you, or Swift UI. So no WishKit right now. We will see if we're probably not today, because I want to implement a terminal viewer in here. I don't know if you know what this is about. I tweeted about it a little bit. I wonder if I can use my phone so you can have your phone available. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's better, maybe not. Okay, thank you. Okay, Ben, I'll just recap really quick for you. What I'm doing when I'm coding with Codex, what I'm doing is, if I want a feature implemented, even a single small feature, I don't ask Codex to just do it. I don't ask Codex, please implement a settings view. What I ask Codex to do is please make a game plan with a step-by-step approach, technically exhaustive, on how to implement a settings view with code examples. So then I can review it, because I want to see what it's about to do, so I can tweak it before it does it. I don't want to make it write code and then have it fix the code. I want it to write the code correctly first run, and then make smaller tweaks. For that, I make it create a game plan, a markdown file first. And I don't want to keep copying the markdown file into a markdown viewer online, so I built an application that can live view that markdown file as Codex is working on it. This is what we're doing right now. I'm viewing the terminal. Right now I want Codex to implement a terminal into this app down here, right? It's a 3-column app. I want a terminal down here. And I'm describing to Codex how to implement it and make it update the game plan on how to implement it. And once I'm happy with it, then I'm going to tell Codex, you know what, go do it. And then we can see it in action. So yes, resizing is still needed. Okay, we saw that. This is fine.